Welcome to Noodles for Lunch, the series where I roll for some noodles for lunch. Brought to you by your friends at Roll for Noodles, inspired by Adventures in Ardia's Roll for Sandwich. Let's start with our roll for noodle shape. And that's an 8 for Buldak. Next up, let's roll for sauce. And we've got another 8, that's arrabbiata. Next up is the roll for protein. And we have our third high roll in a row, 6 for salmon. Now let's see what we're adding in. Starting off with an 8 for egg yolk. And then a 10, none. And now let's roll for our finishing touch. And that's a 7, that means we get to roll for cheese. But before we do that, let's roll for temperature. And that's a 1, that means I'm eating it hot. Alright, and finally, let's finish it off with our roll for cheese. And that's a 2, for cheddar. I'll start by defrosting the salmon in some cold water, and then we'll set that aside for a little bit while we chop the veggies. I've seen a lot of different arrabbiata recipes. At its core, it's a spicy tomato sauce, but I've seen it made with parsley, with basil, diced chili peppers, or crushed red pepper. I have garlic, crushed red pepper, and basil in the house right now, so that's what I'm gonna be using. I am not saying this is the official way to make it. This is just a combination of some recipes I've found and what works for me. And trust me when I say I've made this before, it tastes amazing. Alright, you know it, you love it. We've got some Buldak noodles over here. For a long time, I didn't try Buldak because it says chicken flavored, and Kelly and I are both pescatarian. But then I noticed that word artificial in front of chicken flavored and looked at the ingredients. There's no chicken in it. Since we rolled a different type of sauce, we're just gonna throw these in the trash. I'm just kidding. We're gonna save it for a rainy day. Now, egg yolk would have been the perfect roll if we were using the ramen packets. I, like many people, will often add an egg yolk to ramen to make it creamier. Would I normally add it to a spicy tomato sauce? Maybe not, but this is already gonna be spicy, so maybe adding some creaminess will make it resemble the carbonara even more. Alright, it's been a few minutes, our noodles are done. Please enjoy a few seconds of me trying to poke holes in the lid with the chopstick. Good enough. We'll drain that and take another look at the sauce. It's looking pretty good, so I'm gonna add in that piece of defrosted salmon. When I get arrabbiata at our local Italian restaurant, they always leave a few of the tomatoes whole. So I think I'm gonna try that here by putting these in towards the end. Alright, it's cheese time. At the time of filming, we had lost our cheese grater in the move. In case you're wondering why I'm hacking away at it with a knife. Alright, I think that salmon is done. I've said this before, I don't really love seafood with tomato sauce, but I mean, salmon's gotta be better with this than with ketchup, right? In fact, maybe the egg yolk will kind of bridge that gap, making it a creamier sauce. It's not looking very appetizing right now, but I'm staying optimistic. Well, this already came with a bowl. Might as well not wash another dish. Mozzarella probably would have been my top pick for a cheese, but I am a little biased. Mozzarella's my favorite. I think cheddar will go fine here. And would you look at that? It is noodles o'clock. To the average bystander, this probably looks like an average bowl of Buldak ramen topped with some cheese. Little would they know what lies beneath. Alright, it's time to give this a taste. Cheers! Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Between the egg yolk and the cheese completely melting into it, this actually got pretty creamy, and I do feel like that helps the salmon go a little bit better with it. I do think maybe this would have gone better with a thicker noodle, or if I had just cooked the noodles for a little less time, maybe that would have helped too with the texture. That was probably just user error on my part. I don't think these instant noodles were meant to be sitting around while you make a sauce from scratch. The best part of this is definitely those tomatoes I left whole. When they burst, they add a ton of flavor. I think I'm gonna rate this one a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching!